The story is set in the United Kingdom, specifically in North Wales, during November 2015. Michelle James and her friend Rian are going through the belongings of their late neighbor and close friend, Leanne Sabine, a 74-year-old woman who recently passed away from cancer. A month earlier, as her condition worsened, Leanne humorously tells Michelle about an old medical skeleton she keeps at home. She jokes about how amusing it would be if Michelle retrieved it after her death to scare the new residents of the house. "We thought we'd set it up on the couch and knock on the ceiling to get the neighbors' attention," Michelle later recounts to a documentary. On November 24th, Michelle and Ryan come across a large, wrapped bundle under a wooden plant pot. As they cut through 41 layers of plastic, expecting to find the skeleton, an unpleasant smell and fluid from the package reveal it is not what they anticipated. Realizing they have found something far more disturbing, they immediately call the police. Investigators confirm the discovery is human remains, badly decomposed, but the skull is preserved enough for the pathologist to determine the cause of death, a blow to the back of the head. The police now treat the discovery as a murder case. Wrapped in carpet and plastic, the body appears to have been there for several weeks or months. This crime shocks the quiet community, which rarely experiences such violent incidents. Investigators quickly narrow their focus to the residents of the housing complex, since access to the garden is limited to those living there. However, identifying the body proves challenging, and neighbors offer little help. Just hours after the police are contacted, Michelle becomes the prime suspect and is arrested. During her questioning, Michelle recounts Leanne's story about the skeleton, but has no evidence to support her claims. Police soon discover that Leanne's husband, John Sabine, once lived at the same address. A Korean War veteran and accountant, John appears to have vanished from the neighborhood's memory. He and Leanne signed a joint lease in 1997, but his last known activity dates to an uncollected prescription in April of that year. As the investigation progresses, authorities begin to suspect the remains belong to John Sabine. The body, dressed in pajamas with a tag from a store dating back to 2000, undergoes dental analysis, but local searches come up empty. After 48 hours in custody, Michelle is released. 3 weeks after the discovery on December 11th, the police receive a DNA sample from one of John Sabine's relatives. The results confirm the body is John's, shifting suspicion to Leanne. Those who know her are shocked, struggling to reconcile the idea of this elderly, cheerful woman being involved in murder. Leanne, described as eccentric, is well liked in the community, organizing games and reading tarot cards for her friends. One neighbor, Mary Gardner, remembers a strange encounter with Leanne. Lost in thought, Leanne tells Mary she is searching for pretty stones, one of her hobbies. Over the years, the two grow close, and Leanne often shares tales of past admirers. However, her stories seem exaggerated or fabricated, leaving people questioning what is true. Leanne's past is filled with mysteries. She claims to be from New Zealand and tells different people various stories about her life, including one where she refers to a boy as her grandson, despite having no children. Lynn Williams, a friend she met in the hospital, sees a softer side of Leanne, visiting her regularly in her later years. Towards the end, Leanne hints at having a secret she never fully reveals. When news breaks about the body in late November 2015, Leanne's friends are stunned. Investigators struggle to understand how no one noticed the body for so long, speculating the attic as the only hiding place. Lynn thinks Leanne might have injured herself while moving John's body, which could explain why she insisted on getting the carpets cleaned professionally. As Leanne's life draws to a close, signs of guilt emerge. She begins showing vulnerability and despite being an outspoken atheist, seems concerned about judgment after death. At one point, she even asks Lynn for help moving a skeleton from the shed to the attic, leaving her friends unsure if she's speaking metaphorically or literally. The investigation reveals that Leanne isn't from New Zealand, but Wales, where she has been hiding in plain sight for years. She abandoned her 5 children in New Zealand with John before creating a new life in Wales. As the investigation deepens, more details about her troubled relationship with John come to light. A former friend recalls a conversation where Leanne half-jokingly mentions killing John, which takes on a new significance once police discover the murder weapon, a stone frog. In the end, it is clear that Leanne managed to cover up John's murder for years, layering his body with plastic and rope while continuing to claim his military pension. She even registered him for a TV license as if he were still alive. Despite all the revelations, the mystery surrounding Leanne's life lingers, leaving friends and investigators piecing together the truth about this enigmatic woman who successfully evaded justice.